Hello everyone and welcome. You're watching Emmet Mastery for beginners. My name is Patrick, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to write HTML and CSS faster than ever using simple, powerful shortcuts. If you're tired of typing out every tag by hand, stick with me, and by the end of this video you'll be able to be coding like a pro. So let's dive in. So what exactly is Emmet? In simple terms, Emmet is a toolkit for code editors that lets you write HTML and CSS in lightning speed using short abbreviation-like syntax. Type a few characters, press tab key, and Emmet expands them into full, well-structured code. So first thing first, let's start by understanding the core HTML abbreviations. So here in my text editor, I'm going to be using VS Code. So I'm going to first of all to create a new HTML file. So I'm going to call it Emmet. So the first thing is to understand how to insert the HTML boilerplate, and you have two options. The first option is by pressing the exclamation mark on your keyboard and then pressing the tab key, and then it will insert for you the HTML boilerplate. The second option is by typing HTML:5. Also again, it will insert for you the HTML boilerplate by pressing the tab key. So let's start with the abbreviation. So for now, let me just add a title. We have Emmet Mastery. So every code that you want to type, remember we have said you can use abbreviations. For example, if I want to type a heading like H1, just type H1 and then press the tab key and it will insert for you. If it's H2, again H2 tab and then write what you want to write. Again H3, do the same. We have H4 tab, H5 tab, and H6 tab. So that is for headings. Any other code that you want to type or element, just use the abbreviations for that. So we have div. Again, type the div. If it has a class name, then add the class name by using that period symbol, and then the name of that class, and then tab. It will insert for you. Another option is by typing the class name, starting with that period symbol, and then the class name, which is, for example, hero, and then tab. It will insert it for you. We have paragraph, or the P element, again P, and then tab. You can also insert dummy text, that is lorem dummy text, lorem ipsum. So we have lorem, and then the number of words that you want to use for that paragraph, maybe for example 120, then tab. It will insert for you the dummy text that you want to add. We have the next one, which is image. You can just type image. If it has a class name, then you can add the period symbol and then the name of that class, and then press the tab key. If it's an image without a class, then you can add the img and then tab key, and then it will add for you the image element. We have input for forms or HTML forms. We have input and then tab key. It will insert for you. If it's a form, we have form. Just type the abbreviation and then tab, and then it will add the form for you. So let's look at the nesting and grouping. How do we do it with Emmet? So for nesting and grouping, we have a few symbols that are used for doing that. So here we have nesting and grouping. So you have these symbols. We have the greater than symbol, which is used for adding a child element. We have the plus symbol, or the plus operator is used for sibling. We have the star used for multiplication, and then we have the brackets opening and closing for grouping. So let's see how this work in Emmet. So I'm going to start with a simple nesting. So here we have a class called hero, and then inside that you're going to have some list items. So we have OL and then LI and then tab. So here you can add the text that you want. You can also add a link after the LI items, that is an anchor. We can also create multiple list items by using the multiplication symbol, that is a star. So here we're going to add star and then 8 items and then tab. You can also create list items with content. For example, after the LI, I'm going to add the curly braces and then add the content or the text content. For example, here we're going to have list item, and then if you want them to be listed by numbers, then you can add the symbol, the dollar symbol, after where you want to have it. And then at the end here, I'm going to say times 8. And then it's going to list for us all the 8 list items with numbers. You can see here we have list item 1 all the way to list item number 8. Let's try another example. So here I'm going to create another example. So let's try another example. So here I'm going to create a header. Inside that, I'm going to create a nav element, and then inside that I'm going to create an ordered list, and then I'm going to group this ordered list. So that means I'm going to use the opening curly brackets. You can see here we have these grouping symbols, that is the brackets, opening and closing. So here I want to group the list items, so I have li. Inside that I'm going to have a link, so that is an anchor, which will have the href, and then the link will be just that hashtag. Then from there we're going to add text for each link. So we're going to use curly braces, that is the text link. So we have link and then the dollar symbol, so that they can list all of them, the numbers that you want. And then at the end here, I'm going just to say times 8. So if I hit tab, it will going to create for us all the 8 links all at once. You can see we have the header, which is a container for all others, and then we have the nav, which is a child of the header. We have the OL, which is a child of the nav, and then the list items, which is a child of the OL. And then you have the links inside the list items. So what if I want to add a logo before the links? You can also do it. So here you're going to use the sibling symbol to nest them the way we want. So immediately after the header, here we have the header. We're going to group them. So here I'm going to group them using the curly brace, the brackets, that is opening and closing. So we have each one, which will contain the logo. Sorry, the H1 should be inside the bracket. So we have H1, which will have the text, my logo. Then after that, after the grouping, we're going to add that sibling symbol. So we have the plus and then the nav. So again here, if I come here and just say times 8 and then hit tab, it will generate for us all the content that we need. You can see here we have the logo, and then we have the list items. Next, let's look at the CSS abbreviations. So here after the title, I'm going to add the style. So I'm going to use an example of a hero class. So let's start with the abbreviation for margin. So we have, if I want to add 20 pixels for margin, top, bottom, right and left, so we have M20, and then tab, it will add for me all that code. If it's margin top alone, I'm going to add empty 20 tab, margin bottom same way, margin left, margin right. If it's padding, same way, we have padding 20. For padding left, again padding right, we have padding top, and finally padding bottom 20 tab. Then we have colors. If you want to add a color, so just type C and then the hashtag symbol and then the hex values for that color. So if it's white, we have 3 Fs and then tab. It will add for me that color. If it's background color, we have BGC and then tab. Change to that color that you want. We have width. If it's max width, so we have max width 200, same way. So we have 200 pixels. We have font size 20px. For z index, so we have z index 20 or 2. So that's how you add the z index. We have for align text center or align item center, we have align text center. So we have left, same way for center and right. We have border left 20, same way, border right. We have bottom, so we have bottom 20, bottom, sorry, top, and so on and so forth.